This is the new Redcat Ascent Fusion. I've been having a great time driving it, and honestly, this truck is so good out of the box that it does not need a lot of modifications. But you know, there's one thing that we're always going to want to do to crawlers like this, and that's get rid of the plastic wheels. I mean, these are fine, honestly. These are some really good plastic beadlocks. They're actual beadlocks. They're not glued on wheels. You can disassemble them and put different tires on them. But what I want to do is move these tires over to a beautiful set of Trio wheels in order to make this truck look even that next level better. So we are going to be getting these dismounted from here, installed onto these Trio wheels, but I actually have, these are still the factory foams that are in here, which feel really nice, by the way. But over here on this side, I have some of those blue Injora silicone inserts front and rear on this truck. What I want to do is take the blue inserts out of the back of this truck, put them in the front over here, and the foams go in this one. Oh my gosh, we're going to be doing all of the screws today. So we're going to be doing all that just to upgrade this truck, make it look better. And I'm thinking that what I want is these Injora inserts do weigh a fair amount. And what I want is I want that lighter weight foam in the rear. Heavier insert can go in the front. Help me with my front rear weight balance. I went with these gray wheels because I didn't think the gold would look good on that black and red, but dang it, I'm wrong. Dang gold Trio wheels just look good no matter what freaking vehicle you put them on. I mean, look at that. They just look so good. But we're going to go with a different style this time and see how it looks. Word to the wise, while you're doing this, get yourself a magnetic tray. It is worth its weight in gold. Looks like the Ascent plastic beadlocks here are just 1.5 millimeter hex. So we'll be able to take out, looks like 6 screws here in the back in order to get them out. There's that inner, it actually feels like a metal ring. I thought they were all plastic, but that actually feels metal. I think some of these screws here on the front side, oh, look at that. One's open. Ah, there we go. So there's that front ring. That is plastic. There is a metal ring behind it, which is interesting. And then we have the centerpiece of that beadlock there. But I do love these factory tires. These are probably some of the better factory tires that have been made. Really happy with those. So we'll be using them on the new wheels. Oh yeah, look at those wheels. That looks gorgeous right there. I love that kind of that matte silver. Nicely assembled beadlock. Oh man, looks almost too nice to get dirty, doesn't it? Comes with all of the screws. And then just get that over here into the magnetic tray. Now to get these Trio wheels apart, you do not need to take this front screw out. These 6 screws here in the front hold the hub in. It's the 6 screws on the back that hold the whole beadlock together. And they have one in there from the factory just to kind of hold everything together during shipment. So you have the 3 parts. We're going to go ahead and slide that intermediary ring in here. This is going to be a rear tire when we're all said and done with it. We're going to put this on. Now obviously whichever side you put that front on determines which direction your tread rolls, because how you're going to bolt it on. If you care about rotation, this tire does. It actually says rotation on the side. So we're going to put that in there. I'm going to work this in on this side, kind of pull the tire out a little bit, let that bead slide down in there. And then since this is going into metal, we're going to use some blue thread locker. I like the thread locker blue on metal to metal stuff. I've been using this Hanera thing for a while. Appears to do pretty well. We're going to hold it all together and just get this screw started. We are not looking to get that one all the way tight yet. We want to just get it started and get multiple of these started around the edge here. And let it just pull in gently but symmetrically around. And then as that starts to get symmetric and pulled in nicely, then you can go ahead and start tightening up a few of those screws. And before you get too far, you want to come in and make sure how everything looks. And oh man, that looks so good. Look at that. I am loving that design. It's different design than what I've used in the past. And I'm loving that metallic look in there. And then, hey, do you want to guess what I forgot to do? When I squish it, do you hear anything? Nope. I forgot to punch holes in the tire. I forgot to vent the tire. So now I have completely and utterly sealed the tire, completely airtight, which initially you would think is good, but as temperature rises and falls, you'll end up with a misshapen tire, and the air that's caught in there causes an extra springy effect, which you probably don't really want. So I tend to use some punch here, and I use about the biggest hole in it, and I punch through the tire, but I like to do that while it's off. Arrgh, not while it's on. Boo on me. So let me show you how to do that. So with the tire off the wheel, you can pull the foam out, and with one of these hole punches you can choose what size you want to use. I tend to use the biggest one. Put it through here, pick your spot on your tire, preferably somewhere near the center. Squeeze nice and tight. And it should, if you get it all lined up right and you don't use a cheap junky pair like I do, it'll pop a hole out of the tire. And there you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't know if it comes through the camera. If you can see through, I was going to try to provide a light or something. Maybe there you can see my finger. So there's a big old hole. Here's on the ones that I did with the blue inserts. You can see the blue sticking through there. So I use something about that size. I've never found a hole that was too big. Let me put it that way. I've definitely found holes that are too small. If you don't make a full hole, what happens is you'll squeeze it, air will come out, but when you go to let go, it'll seal back. So you do need a full clear hole. I tend to punch them at every 90 degrees. Seems to work for me. And now you can hear squishy squishy. So when we squish, it allows the air to come and go from the tire, giving us more of that cushion that we're wanting in a crawler situation. Yes, there's also options clearly from this tire. Tire's not vented yet, but clearly the wheel is, the rim is on the inside. And so it's allowing the air to come and go that way. A lot of times I honestly like to do it in the tire itself like we did here, because that actually allows, if any water or anything does get in, it does allow a way for it to get out. Whereas otherwise, if it's in the rim, you tend to always have a puddle in the bottom, which is not usually very good, especially if you try to drive fast. It tends to be very unbalanced. So we're good. This is exactly how I am wanting all of my tires to look. The other ones, of course, are going to have the inserts in them, the silicone inserts from Majora in them. But for my rears, with these foams, it's looking great. Let's be honest here now. I have 12 screws per factory wheel to get on and off. I have 6 to get on and off with these to get the inserts out of them, foams switched over to them. And then I have 12 more on these to do in order to get them all assembled. You probably don't want to watch me do all of that. So we're gonna fast forward to it all being done so you can see what it looks like. As I'm reassembling for the front here again, I'm going to be putting in these blue Injora inserts. I've been running them. You can actually tell. You can see they're a little dirty and all that. Been running them on my other crawler. Note that one of the things I do with this in order to tune the stiffness is I actually snip some of the ribs that are in here. It's interesting to see how they're starting to kind of deform and get used to being like that, which I think is really interesting. Part of what I was kind of hoping I would see. So that's kind of fun. If you are curious about what the heck I am doing here and what the thoughts are, I have a whole nother video that I'll try to leave down in the video description where I first tested these and did some tuning with snipping these out. I'm doing this to match the weight of the truck and how it is set up. Oh, look at that. That looks so good. Definitely a level up compared to where we were before with this truck. It looks even better with that little metallic shine in there compared to just the all black. Oh, that's a lot nicer right there. And because of the weight of the wheels and the weight of the inserts, what we've done is we've actually lowered the center of gravity and moved it forward. This truck should be a monster now. It should literally just drive over everything. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and giving it another test. Now, one thing I really like, you can see the blue sticking through here. So now this has those Injora inserts in the front, and with them trimmed a little bit, you see I'm getting a nice good contact patch down here at the bottom. But yet when I go ahead and roll the truck over some side hill, you're not seeing that roll in under that causes such an issue. So really happy with these. I'm going to be very interested with the foams in the rear of it to the lighter weight. This thing should perform really well. The truck just looks amazing. It drives amazing with those inserts and the wheels now. I'm speechless, man. This thing does so much better than I ever thought it would. I hope you found this video interesting on how to upgrade the wheels and those Injora inserts on the Redcat Ascent Fusion. If you have any questions about it, leave them down in the video comments. I'll be happy to answer them. If you have any other thoughts or interest in what I've done with the Redcat Ascent, there'll be a playlist popping up to your right over here where you can see all those videos. Thank you and goodbye.